Hello, this is Peter Newman. I'm a member on the ANSYS Learning Forum where you can get free software. That's what I'm demonstrating today. And I'm using a question from Krishna who asks about a knee joint and trying to make contact problem. You can download the files I'm working with right here, test2 archive. And one of the questions in this thread is, can he make Hex Mesh on a piece of this? And his starting point is he does not have the geometry to the knee joint. He has a mesh that was given to him, which that mesh can be read into this external model and then brought into mechanical, where mechanical can mesh it. And in mechanical, when that's brought in, not only do you get a mesh, you also get some solid bodies in the tree, and if you right click you can export the geometry, and that creates a file called geometry.pmdb, which I've exported here, and I can open that in SpaceClaim. So I'm going to show SpaceClaim here, and if we go file, open that, file type, all supported files includes this one, we'll see what we get, and what we get is a facet body. And I've done a few videos on how to manipulate facet bodies. One of the things is the facet tab, and we're going to use the select tool to get one side of this, and that is just simply double clicking on a face and using the slider and not falling off the edge, using the slider to get all of those, and then do Control C, Control V, and what you see is now I have one side of this object. We're just going to work with this one side today. So we want this to be geometry, not facets, and the way to make geometry out of facets is with the tools called AutoSkin or Skin, or even extracting curves. AutoSkin is great if it works, so you pick the body and you pick the checkbox, and it gives you most of the skin, which is pretty good. And we could take that, or we could go out and do a better job by hand using the skin surface. So actually it didn't finish that, so it's not even going to let me take, oh yeah, there it is. So I got a patch body, but if you want more, in other words, we're missing some, we could use the skin surface and manually. It just can't handle the amount of curvature that is in this facets. So we're going to hide that patch body, and I'll demonstrate briefly the manual method, but I'll do it very quickly and crudely, and you can do it more carefully. So the way skin surface works is you start, that's a vertex, and then you click across to make, you double click to get another vertex, and then you can come down, and you can, it's not ever going to be a very perfect connection, but you can double click and then you can come across. You don't even have to land exactly, but you can pick a point here, maybe this point. We'll go to this point, double click, and then a couple of points along here, and there's a skin. We say we'll take that, and we can keep growing this now. And I'll just start going really fast here. So double click to make an object, and then we're going to go up here and close it off. There's a four-sided box, and so we'll keep going down here. Double click down, double click across, and there's a four-sided box. And we'll maybe come out here. You want to go from one side to the other, and I'm going to put a vertex here and come down here because there's a lot of curvature in there, and then I'll come down here. There's another piece, and the final piece is along here. Double click for a corner, and this won't follow exactly even if I do every vertex, but there's a triangular three-sided piece. So that skin covers most of the geometry, and it's better than the AutoSkin. So if I turn off the facets, that is geometry that we can manipulate in the design environment. So I'll just delete this patch body with the select key. Is always good to choose. I'm going to get rid of the AutoSkin. We'll take this one over, and we don't need these to come with us. I'll just delete them, and what we're going to do is turn this into solid so we could hex mesh it, and we'll assign it a thickness. So in the design tab, we will do some repairs on the repair tab, and we'll merge these faces into one body. Hopefully that will merge. Yes. And an easy way to make this a solid would be with the pull tool, which you might be familiar with, which you definitely should be familiar with. I could pull it in the Z direction, so we'll try that. We'll pull this face along this direction of Z. We'll pull it down 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters. Could not do that. So the backup plan is to move with the copy option, move this in the Z direction, hold the control key down, go down 2 millimeters, and we have the top and bottom face, which a uniform 2 millimeter thickness. It's not exactly what the mesh was, but this is just a demo. And what we need to do is fill the space in between, and the blend tool is the best option for that. Double click on one to get the first section, hold the control key and double click on the next to get, there's the rest of it, and say yes. And that's actually going to turn it into a solid, and that's a solid that we can take over to mesh, and we should be able to sweep that. I'm going to end the video here and potentially look at meshing that in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.